All right, so we gonna wrap it up on this one, and this is I'm gonna preface this with all time. Who is one of the most underrated players in the history of the NBA all time? Underrated.
Oh man.
I already got mine picked out.
Go ahead. You go ahead. Lead it off.
Want me to lead it off?
Yeah.
Well, this goes to y'all Bulls fans. Since y'all Chi-Town, I think Zeke is one of the most underrated point guards in the history of the NBA. Like, when they mention the greats at point guard, they don't never mention Zeke. But Zeke was the leader of the bad boys. He'd get on the bench like, look, go fuck him up. When you get back in the game, go fuck him up. You know?
Yeah.
And when MJ came to the hole, hammer him. When Pippen came to the hole, it was Isiah Thomas, man. So, and he don't get credit for the crossover, bro. He was crossing people over way before Tim Hardaway was.
Yeah.
And he gave the Lakers 25 and a quarter on one leg, bro. Come on now. He gave, you know what I'm saying? So, as far as being underrated, I think because he played for the bad boys, and let's be honest, nobody liked him. I think that's why he don't get his props, because he played on that team and they was considered dirty. You know what I'm saying? But Isiah Thomas was the killer, bro.
You're right about that, man. Zeke, I can't argue with that. And you're right about what played against him. Is he was in the league during the time Larry Bird and Magic had brought life back into NBA basketball. They brought it back in, and after they did a college championship game in '79 when Magic beat Bird, and then they both come into the NBA in the same time. Everybody looked at that. Magic winning his first year. Now all the fans are coming back into the NBA, and they blew the league up. And Isiah is a casualty of that time because he was great, but it was all about Bird and Magic. Bird and Magic. That's all. No matter what those – Terry Collins was pretty decent back then. They had Alvin Robinson. They had other players. But even, if James Worthy played for any other team, he wouldn't be as known. But because he was very good and was on the Lakers, everybody knows Worthy. So it was a tough time for other players in the league at that time because it was all about Lakers, Celtics, Magic, and Bird. Plus, when Isiah and them did win, it was the bad boys' way. It was dirty play. People did not like it. They beating up people just to win championships. So now you're winning. You're finally making a name for yourself and getting some recognition, but it's for the wrong reason. It should be about your championship, but it's about you, fighting and hurting people. So that hurt him too. That hurt his image. Then what really killed it is when my Bulls finally beat them. Instead of just saying, okay, hey, you guys got us, good series and good luck, and shake his hand like they should, Bulls shook their hands even though they was beating the Bulls. Jordan shook their hands when it was over. He was pissed because he lost, but respect. Isiah and them go duck out, and they got the camera on Isiah. They ain't got the camera on Rodman and Lambert and Joe Dumars, who I will say Joe Dumars shook their hands.
Yeah, him and
shook their hands. Yeah, but they got the camera on Isiah because he's the leader of this team, and he is ducking, walking out before the game is even over. It's still time on the clock. He and the rest of them guys walk out. Ain't nobody gonna say shit about those other guys because they irrelevant.
Right.
But you Isiah Thomas, and you doing this, and you the leader of this team, and you doing it, and everybody doing it because you doing it. You obviously told them let's go because they gonna do what you say. That really hurt him. That put his what's the word I'm looking for? His popularity or whatever. It just pushed him to the ground. So he hurt himself with the way he played and his reactions and his, the things he did. But as far as how he played and what he can do, that dude, man. Even in Indiana, man, I watched some of his games in Indiana, and he was killing them.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the bad boy. So he's very underrated, but I think he put all that on himself.
I agree. I think he should have been on the dream team though, just off his skills alone though.
Jordan wasn't going for that.
I know.
Yeah, and if you ask Jordan, you want Isiah. But if you had to pick between the two, who you gonna pick?
Oh, that's a no-brainer.
So
yeah.
And Jordan said, "Hey, if he's on the team, I'm not." And you want Jordan, so yeah. Because come on, how Stockton go be on with? And I love John Stockton, but how he gonna be on that?
Efficient. I give him that. I say Stockton the most efficient point guard in the history. Like he ain't turned the ball over, and that pick and roll was nasty. But wasn't no Isiah Thomas.
Woo, man, Stockton is underrated too. But the guy I was thinking mostly of, my answer to your question, who's the most underrated player? The first guy to come to my mind was Clyde Drexler. And Clyde just was you remember, this is how I look at Clyde Drexler. He peaked at the wrong time. He peaked at the time when Jordan, they both playing the same position, doing the same thing, but you going up against Michael Jordan. Right. So he peaked at the wrong time. He had a great chance to say, hey, I'm Clyde Drexler in the 92 finals because he got to play Jordan in the finals. So this is his time to say, everybody out front over Michael Jordan, y'all leaving me out. This is what I can do. He couldn't do it. He could not do it. Jordan killed him. And Jordan outshined him and everybody on this team. So Clyde, I look at that as, remember the dunk contest when Vince Carter was like just killing it with these creative dunks? We already know he's the best dunker. Then the creativity, the one hanging in the rim and shit, and the other ones that he did this little pointing up. Do you guys remember who had to go after him in that contest?
I don't.
It was
Francis.
No, not Steve Francis. It was what's the Stackhouse?
Oh, it was
Stackhouse. And everybody was like, oh my God, poor Stackhouse. He has to after Vince Carter.
Right.
After Vince Carter do something crazy and got the whole stadium and the judges and the players sitting on the side going crazy. Now it's your turn. What you gonna do? And you know you ain't gonna stop that.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Here come a dunk and you don't hit nothing. I was like, oh my God, it was horrible. And I look at Clyde Drexler that way with Jordan. I mean, you got Michael Jordan flying around and winning championship, and then you got you. So it was just so unfortunate that he was there. He peaked at the wrong time because it was all about Michael Jordan. And so I think he's underrated.
I don't think nobody could have knocked Jordan off the throne during that period of time. Like Clyde Drexler game was good, but it wasn't like Jordan good. Like,
no,
you know what I'm saying? He could.
Nobody was.
Jump shot was all right, but he ain't have no. You know what I'm saying?
No flash, no sexiness.
No, wasn't nobody messing with Jordan at that time. Like, nah, you just expect him to put up 30 to 40. Like,
he look good doing it. I mean,
stop somebody else.
He was the only one in the league, in the world, hanging in the air, twisting around, flipping the ball up, and just doing the stuff that these guys can do now. Yeah. You see a lot of guys can do that now, but Jordan was doing it when nobody can do it. Nobody wasn't doing that. Clyde Drexler can go up and dunk, but Jordan can go up and switch hands and then dunk on you. Or just, I mean, his moves was like, you're like, how the fuck you do this? You know? It's like we never seen this shit before. Now, all these athletic guys, they can do it. But back then, Jordan was just the only person. It's like, it was crazy.
Yeah, he was on another level, man. Like, if you go back and watch those clips, like, he is 10 times faster, can jump 10 times higher than anybody else in the league at that time. Like, he was just advanced, man. He was like a Terminator. He was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. He
can't nobody do nothing with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, yeah.
But not only, but here's the killer part. Not only did he have those super tremendous skills that we are talking about, his drive and his determination to win was on a different level ever too. So you combine those type of skills with the drive that he has to win, man, that created Michael Jordan. That created the best player ever. You know, LeBron, skill, crazy skill, can be unstoppable. But LeBron, and I love him now. I used to hate him, I love him now. But he never has possessed that hard drive. He possessed good drive, but not on those levels. I mean, Kobe had that hard drive too, but he was second to Jordan, but a far second.
Sometime though, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you do have to pass. You know what I'm saying? Like Jordan passed a couple times, but
Kobe wouldn't pass.
You know he was gonna take the shot, but Kobe is like, I'm not passing the ball. Like,
hey, I'm the best player.
Ain't no way I'm giving this ball up.
Hey, he did that one series though when he let Meta War Peace now is his name, but Ron Artest, that series when he just couldn't,
couldn't
score. Yeah, he couldn't score. He just started giving the ball to Ron Artest. I'm like, okay, Cole, you really want to win, huh?
He just went and got the rebound.
Yeah, he was getting rebounds playing defense. I'm okay.
But man, Jordan was just man, he was just crazy. It was, and to bring that to Chicago, man, do you know how this city was crazy for basketball? I mean, I've never seen. I mean, everybody, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, dogs even had on shirts and shit. It was crazy. It was all basketball. You know that one song that they play in the Bulls game when, you know, a timeout's called, the Bulls, they would play that on the radio just as a record, just to keep everybody pumped up for the playoffs and shit. WGCI would just play that song. I was like, damn, you know, this song is on the radio now. This one guy had made a rap in that song about the players, and it was pretty cool. I used to have it on tape a long time ago, but they made a rap of that song talking about the Bulls. So it was so crazy back then. You had people walking around our whole neighborhood selling T-shirts. I bought several Bulls shirts in the gardens, and people just say, "Oh, I got T-shirts." And it was just crazy. Basketball crazy. Bulls crazy. All over the place. It was like, I don't know how to explain it. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, even more so than the 3 championships with Rodman now. That was crazy time too. But at that point, the true hard Bulls fans like myself, most of them we had gotten older, so we kind of expect Jordan them to do what they're doing. It wasn't as raw as it was those first 3 championships. The craziness was like, man, it was crazy. So, Orlando, do you remember, because you and Brandy went down there to the parade for the Blackhawks, right?
For the Cubs.
Crazy, I mean, for the Cubs, right?
Mm-hmm.
See how crazy, that's how Chicago was for 3 years in a row.
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, I used to talk about that. Everybody watching the game in the house and then running outside with each other and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. We had run out and jump. I remember that the game against Portland, we was down, just like you said, the Lakers was down 17 to Portland. We was actually down 15 to Portland in game 6 of the finals in Chicago. And I was so mad. And we was down 15 to start the 4th quarter. And Phil Jackson put the stars on the bench, and he brought all the bench players out except Pippen. So Pippen led the bench guys. And all of a sudden, the bench players knocked that lead down to like 6 or 5 in the 4th quarter. And we were going crazy. And I'm still sitting in the house on the couch. I'm not getting too excited because I'm like, you know, Jordan them ain't playing good anyway. So even though they're knocking us down, Portland's going to still win this game. I didn't want to get too excited. And then he knocked it down to like 5, and I'm sitting there, I'm like a little excited. And then Phil bring me back in Jordan and Jordan. You can see Jordan on the bench. He is a fan of the bench players that's in the game. He was doing his high. He's like, yeah. He was pumped up himself. And now he get back in the game. He was turned on, boy. He started killing them. And all of a sudden, we came back and won that game by 4. Man, I ran out the house because I expect us to lose. We ain't looking good. We look tired. Man, we won that game. I ran out the house. I jumped. We had one of those basketball courts, the crate, you know, the crate courts on the board. You tied up to the pole. Yeah, when I jumped up so high, hit that button. Oh, yeah. Zook came running out. He jumped in my arms. I called him, man. And then everybody else just kind of running out, man. And we enjoyed it. So it was crazy, man. We ran out the house every championship, jumping on each other. That's an exciting time, man.
What you got, who your underrated player?
Man, I've been over here trying to think who I think the most underrated. And I came to think of it, Ben Simmons, you know. Most under. No, I don't know. I can't really think of somebody that has been super underrated. But to y'all, talking to the two of you, the both of you, I'm gonna say that Ben Simmons is the most underrated because y'all out here hating on my man's.
Wow.
Right where he belongs.
He gonna be MVP of the season in 3 years. Watch. Bet on it.
That'd be his 10th year. That'd be his 10th year.
Yeah, okay.
All the good players would be old. He finally will take over,
That boy Ben Simmons gonna be MVP 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
I'm offended you would say Ben Simmons, man.
You is so biased, man. You is so biased.
Be honest, man.
The man don't want to be great. Like he
don't.
Being good, being popular,
know, man.
Like he don't want to put in the work. This man shot all summer, 3-pointers, all summer. He get back to the season. Done. How Dwight Howard gonna have more 3-pointers? See that 3-point line, he started shaking like. Nah, man. He's not underrated. He can't even rate it, bro. Like,
y'all just out here hating, man. Look, Ben Simmons, I'm telling y'all, that boy can play defense, great. Yeah, I know you like defense. He played great defense. Offense, he don't shoot like that, but
he gonna be taller than everybody else he going against.
Hey, but he got to move. He got to move his feet though. He got to move his feet. He moved his feet great. That boy slash on you, go dunk on you. Hey man, he just a killer. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, I bet Ben Simmons
so bad if he a killer though. Why you putting up like 15? He should be averaging like 30, bro. He's 6'10".
Right. 6'10". But ain't no other point guards he go up against can't stop him. Why is he not scoring?
Because he's a facilitator.
For what?
Right.
They losing.
Who he facilitate to though? All they got is Embiid, man. Like Tobias.
Tobias.
Hey, I bet you Ben Simmons agree with us.
Okay. Hey, man. No, I honestly don't know who I feel is the most underrated. I can't really think of no one.
Like I ain't saying like right now. I mean like all time. Like just think, all time.
Yeah, I don't know. A person that I really liked that I felt like didn't get a lot of credit, and it's not even that long ago, but Nate Robinson, and he's not in the league right now, but I felt like he could have had a good spot.
I actually agree with you on that one.
Yeah, because he won
that Bulls series. If y'all ain't had Nate Robinson, y'all wouldn't have won that series.
Hey, I was at work, and I was on the 15-minute break that turned to an hour because he started killing. I was not going back to work. I'll be back in a minute. Retail too, so we got customers in there.
Bro, he was balling. He was blocking LeBron. He blocked LeBron that game. I'm like, okay.
He
was on it.
Telling you,
People get their groceries and shit.
hey, I'm telling you, people was not getting their groceries. It was all out of fruits and stuff. I was working in produce. Mud needed some potassium, so they couldn't get no bananas because I wasn't one of them. Y'all see, they down here killing it right now. Y'all better go grab them bananas yourselves. Man, no, but yeah, Nate was my guy.
I can respect that one, man. He should still be in the league, man.
That's what I feel, man. And he want to. That's what I'm feeling like, man. He can hoop still. But you know,
from what I heard, man, he was a problem in the locker room. Like